A logical fallacy of relevance, another one would be appeal to false authority. So appeal to false authority is simply this: presenting an unqualified person or institution as a source of credible information. So remember, all of these fallacies have to do with relevancy, okay? If something is relevant or not to whatever you're talking about. So it doesn't mean that the person or institution that you're citing isn't smart or talented, or maybe they are an authority on some things, but they are not an authority on whatever argument that you're making. Or perhaps you're being very non-specific about what source you're citing. So a lot of times you'll hear people on TV, if you listen for it, they'll say something like, sources say that blah blah blah, or studies show that blah 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 blah. But they're not telling you what their source is, and they're not telling you what studies that they're citing. So that is an appeal to false authority. But very often what these look like, a very common example in advertising, are celebrity endorsements. So let's look at a couple of those. Here's one. I'm sure you recognize this guy. This is Michael Jordan, very famous basketball player for the Chicago Bulls back in the day. But this is an advertisement for batteries, okay? Which battery has more power, okay? And there's a little bit of text here, and it's in quote marks, and then here down here is a signature. So I guess we're supposed to assume that the one that said all of this was Michael Jordan. Now, when you're buying batteries, a credible source of information on what the best batteries are probably wouldn't be a famed basketball player. And you see that a lot with celebrity endorsements. They're sort of just mismatched, thrown in there, because the person selling the product is going to assume that, oh, you recognize this face, so you're going to trust them, even if they're talking about something that's way outside their wheelhouse. And here's another example of that. This is a pop star that was famous when I was younger, so you may or may not know, Jessica Simpson. But this is an advertisement for Proactiv Solution, which is a face wash system for acne. She's not a dermatologist, which is the kind of scientist or doctor that studies skin disorders, so she really doesn't know what she's talking about. But if they throw her pretty face on there, then you're probably going to go for that product, is what they're hoping for. So there's just a brief overview of the appeal to false authority.